Resident Evil Code Veronica Remake is a fucking war crime. So here's what we're going to do. Before we go into everything that was shown off at Summer Games Fest, we're going to talk about how they opened the show, how they are bastardizing one of the greatest hidden gems. And I say hidden gem because it's not nearly as accessible as all the other Resident Evil games. It went so long without being remade. Thank God it stayed pure. And now they finally worked around to remaking Code Veronica. Doesn't matter that Code Veronica comes after 2 and 3 and before 4. They're remaking after 4 for some stupid fucking reason. So I'm going to show you this trailer, Cinny, and then we're going to watch the original Code Veronica opening. And I want you to tell me what you think seems like it would be a better game. I see that $10 super chat. We'll hit that in a bit.
Okay.
Oui, qui est-ce?
Such Resident Evil so far, right? Cindy,
So,
you can tell there's a
you're the
Resident Evil game,
American
can't
who
you?
called earlier. The sister of the man on the 3rd floor. Ah, welcome to Paris. It's so nice to meet you. Oh, it's freezing. Come in. Come in. We don't want you to catch a cold.
Yes, Hayden, it does run
I
on way
hate
too
to
long.
say
But guess
it,
what?
but
I do experience, so
your
you guys
brother
do as
is,
well.
Quite odd. In we go. In we go.
Why? Did it happen twice?
Because Summer Games Fest, their stream was broken and it kept repeating certain things.
Oh là là. Mais quelle pagaille. He's made such a mess again. Think, I just cleaned it up a week ago. It's like a boulder rolled through here.
What voice? Let's say for whatever reason you're an idiot and you like the Resident Evil remakes. First of all, again, you're an idiot. But let's say for whatever reason you like them. How can you give this voice acting a pass? Is this not abysmal voice acting from this broad?
No, it really is. And it's like, that's why I was like, because I was just trying to mock her. She sounded so bad.
It's terrible.
Oh my gosh.
Huh?
I'm expecting her to mispronounce French
The
words.
delightful biscuit. I'm sure he won't notice if we help ourselves.
Who the fuck? Oh my god.
I'm so sorry. It must be the maintenance. Bring some nice coffee.
By the way, if you didn't know this was Resident Evil, would you?
No.
Okay, now we are 2 minutes, more than 2 minutes into this trailer. Why the fuck would anyone assume this is what they want from the Resident Evil game?
Was this the first thing they showed?
This was the very first thing they showed off to start off the whole Summer Game Fest.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Also, by the way, another way that you can tell is a poorly done trailer. Notice how Claire hasn't said anything yet because they don't want the big reveal of the audience. Oh, it's Claire. They might recognize her voice actor. It doesn't make any of this interaction make sense. This old woman's been trying to sit here chatting it up, have conversation, and what? The person she's talking to is just silently ignoring all of it?
Yeah, it looks like an apartment cleaning simulator.
It really does. Now, I want you to remember what happened there. She opened the door, dude grabbed her, right? That is basically how they're saying the story to Code Veronica starts. Make sure you commit that to memory, all right, my friend?
Okay.
Oh, girl, we'll talk about that. Don't worry. All right, let's go back a couple frames. Let's go back. This right here. Now, I know you've not played this game, Cindy, the original version, so you don't know who this is. Allow me to tell you who this is. This is Alfred Ashford. Alfred Ashford has a bit of a psychological fucked up condition where his sister is dead. And so, and by the way, guys, I know she's not actually dead. There's reveals later on. I'm trying to be somewhat spoiler free if you haven't played this game from like 2002 or whatever. I think it's actually 1999. Anyway. So it says his twin sister is dead. He cross-dresses and pretends to be his sister because he's real fucked up in the head to the point to where Claire, being base as fuck, calls him a cross-dressing freak in the game. He's one of the main bad guys. He's psychologically disturbed, and he's basically a proto-tranny. You know good goddamn well they're not going to keep any of that in this remake.
No, for sure.
Don't move. Claire Redfield.
And that was the trailer. That's the trailer for the remake. Now, I would like to juxtapose that to the original Code Veronica opening.
Your identification number is WKD 4496. Welcome to your new home.
Her name is Claire Redfield. We caught her trespassing in our Paris lab facility 10 days ago. She apparently infiltrated the complex looking for her lost brother, Chris Redfield, one of the surviving members of RPD's famous STARS teams.
This scene is so fucking amazing. Watch this.
Dang. And she's got a booty.
Yes, Claire had some ass.
Don't move.
And that's how she gets captured. Not opening a fucking apartment door. Now, between those two games, what you saw from the first one and that right there, which do you like? And be honest, if you disagree with me, fair enough, fine. What do you think is probably the more fun, better game?
Oh, the original, for sure. We really need to boot these women out of video game spaces. Like, they don't understand what makes a good video or like a video game anymore. And if they're men that are doing it, then they also need to be booted because these suck.
When I saw this and when it was revealed that it was Claire and whatnot, my heart literally broke. This game. So Resident Evil Code Veronica is the original Resident Evil 3. Resident Evil 3, like what became Resident Evil 3 was actually a side project that they upgraded Resident Evil 3 because they wanted to make Code Veronica a Dreamcast exclusive. And so really the order of Resident Evil games is 0, 1, 2, 3, Code Veronica, 4. Notice how 4 is actually the 6th game. So the fact they're remaking this now when they've already done 2, 3, and then jump straight to 4, pretty much pretending Code Veronica never existed. You can play Code Veronica through like the you know how PlayStation has like a streaming service where you can stream games that are online. I don't know if you know that or not.
Okay. That's kind of like the Xbox thing.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
That's really that or original hard copy is pretty much the only way to play Code Veronica. It's never been put on Steam. It hasn't been ported to modern consoles. That's really the only way to do it. So knowing that this game was so difficult to find, this is one of those games that even though it's part of the main continuity, it's part of the main timeline, it doesn't get as much love unless you're like a diehard Resident Evil fan. And just knowing that they're going to use and abuse that fact, because since it's probably the most obscure of the mainline Resident Evil games, they are probably go full fucking ticket to do whatever they want with it. And that entire intro, that entire trailer is fucking proof of that. She goes from being this bad bitch who's infiltrating the Umbrella Paris Research Institute to, oh, she's at an apartment where Chris was supposedly staying, and she gets fucking caught by some Umbrella guys. Like, this is absurd. These are the same people that are always out here. Oh, we want strong female characters. We want to show that women can be badass and women can be still. You should play games with women. Aren't you? You're a fucking chud. You don't play games with women. You hate women. Really? Because what I see, that was a badass woman right there. What the fuck did you do? She gets caught looking through a fucking apartment with some old bitch that she was rudely not talking to.
Yeah, pretty much. And your girlfriend says the remake is better.
I know she does, and she's you people make me angry. I know you're playing me. I know it's for the bait. I know it's for the troll, but you're playing me, and it's working. Hey,
Savvy.
Knowing the political connotations that were in the original Code Veronica, which is, the idea of the guy dressing up as his dead sister and Claire and Steve insulting him over it, that's going to be gone. They've changed the entire intro to the game. What else? What else are they going to change? What are they doing? And why are people eating this up? That's the better question. Why are people eating up this slop? And I know it's an overused word, but this is actually slop. When you take a game and you remake it, but really just using the same name, and beyond that, it's not the same game whatsoever, and you're just packaging it for $70 and selling it to people, how is that not slop?
No, I agree, because I am of the mindset that if you guys are going to try to modernize the game, it should just be graphics only, like a what is it, remaster?
With the Spyro Reignited trilogy or Crash Bandicoot or whatnot. That's how you should do it. This isn't Code Veronica.
Yeah, I don't know why they're going through this whole remake shit. I'm so tired of it. I really am.
I get that I'm. You know what? No, I was gonna say I'm overreacting, but I'm not. I think
no,
I'm
you're not.
The way that any proper, passionate fan should fucking feel about this.
If they remade my anime to crap like this, I'd be livid.
And they've done that.
I know.
Veronica Kenshin got now. Was it Veronica Kenshin that got a remake?
It did get a remake, but it follows the manga, not whereas.
Okay, gotcha. Fair enough.
Yeah,
there was a 2011 2-episode remake of just a particular arc that was heavily condensed, and that was dog shit. I didn't see the actual remake that came out a couple of years ago. But yeah, we see anime that get remakes. Fruits Basket got a pretty good remake. I'll give Fruits Basket a pass. I like the Fruits Basket remake because, again, like you said, it followed the manga. But I mean, the fact of the matter is, we're getting all these games. It's not just Resident Evil. It's Final Fantasy as well. And they closed the show with Final Fantasy. And I'm going to be real, I felt nothing. Everyone who grew up with the PlayStation, everybody played Final Fantasy VII. That was a seminal game. That is one of the games that solidified the PlayStation as a true blue contender to Nintendo. It's also one of the games that proved video games are a storytelling artistic medium. It's one of the earliest console games that show people that video games are a vessel for true storytelling, artistic merit. These video games can be art. And to see what they're doing to Final Fantasy, they ended the show with Final Fantasy VII. Was it Revelation is what they're calling it, and I felt nothing. This creative bankruptcy.
Yeah, I know. Come on. I mean, if you look at God of War, right, the laundry one, That could have been its own brand new IP that nobody still would have bought.
Correct.
You know?
Or actually, I don't even think nobody would have bought it. I think that God of War Laundry would have been like Heavenly Sword on the PS3 back in the day, a niche little game that a few people bought, doesn't do crushing good numbers, but also doesn't necessarily underperform and whatnot, and it gets put in the back burner of memories that people are like a niche group of people are nostalgic for 20 years later. Now, mind you, that game would have been an absolute flop, God of Laundry, even as a new IP, because good goddamn well the budget for that is astronomical. But by and large, I get what you're saying. It wouldn't be near as egregious if it was a new IP.
Yeah, it would be. I think it would be better if you're gonna remake Code Veronica. Go just make it a different game. That's like you guys can do your own thing, and you guys don't have to piggyback off these old IPs.
And like part of me loathes Capcom. I hate Capcom. I was crashing out at Capcom during the stream earlier. But on the other hand, I can't just blame Capcom. Why should they? Hey, I'm a capitalist. I'm pro making that money. We've already proven that gamers just eat up anything like the little fucking piggies they are. So why would I blame Capcom for being like, well, you know what? If these dumbasses are gonna buy it anyway, why wouldn't we do it? So it's like the gamers need to blame themselves. It's the fucking fault of the gamers.
Oh well, I think two things can be true in this case. Like Capcom needs to quit, and gamers need to fucking stop buying it.
Yes. That is true, but this is going to lead to an onslaught of tourists and fake fans. Oh, I've been with Resident Evil since the very beginning. Of course, I played Code Veronica. Or worse, you're gonna have the same fucking people or the same types of people as in tourists and fake fans. Like, well, look, I don't want to play games with old graphics. I don't want to play games with clean controls. I didn't get into Resident Evil till 7. Of course, 7 and on is way better than all those old games that you guys play. Slop.
Oh my gosh. They have no respect for our shit. That's what it is. They want to ruin everything that you guys have ever loved. And I'm not just saying me or Leon. I mean all of you. If you loved it, they're going to ruin it. Because why? They have to. Because you loved it at one point. So they have to besmirch it, ruin all of it, and then be like, no, you like it because I remade it.
Yeah, and from the gamers' standpoint, GAYMERS, gamers, they, of course, are under this delusion that the new stuff's better. Oh, the new stuff's better. Look at all these modern controls. Look at these modern graphics. That doesn't make something better. Is Tetris now a bad game all of a sudden, even though it's been lauded as one of the most incredible games? Like, it literally helped launch the concept of gaming. Is Tetris now miraculously bad because it's not 60 frames per second?
No. In fact, I still enjoy it.
I love Tetris. So, like, the idea that this new stuff is better, objectively show me how. I can tell you, yes, the graphics are objectively better. Absolutely. I will acknowledge that the graphics are objectively better. But that doesn't necessarily mean the level design is, or that the better graphics help the atmosphere. In fact, if anything, I would say that nice, shiny graphics in terms of the atmosphere hurt it for horror games, because so much of the low poly or like the fog in Silent Hill, all the things that are low quality graphically, mean your brain has to fill in gaps, and what you imagine is probably way scarier than any of the nice new shiny things you could see in perfect fidelity on your screen in modern day. I absolutely think games like PS2 era horror games are scarier than the vast majority of horror games we get now.
I mean, that's true. And they were making the most of limitations that they had. That shows ingenuity, like a smart passion for the craft, whereas people are so fucking bankrupt now, they can't come up with anything. They have to just be like, no, it must fit for the modern audience that doesn't exist yet. And then we all hate it because we're actual gamers. And then they're like, oh, well, they're just, they're going to disregard anything we say because they know better.
Well, and they'll use the arguments like, it's just the nostalgia talking, bro. Sorry, the fuck it is. I play a lot of modern games. I like a lot of modern games. In fact, I'm very excited for Tomb Raider Legacy of Atlantis. Guess what? That's a modern Tomb Raider game. I think it looks awesome. But when you compare the original Resident Evil 4 and the remake in terms of the gameplay, in terms of the way it moves, in terms of the level design, in terms of the characterization, it doesn't do anything better. There's so many problems with the story of the remake because they cut so much out or they rearranged the order or whatnot. There's issues with the movement and the combat because now spacing is not a key factor in creating this anxiety and tension, because you can just parry everything, so the anxiety and tension are gone. Like, because you could, in the old Resident Evil 4, and frankly Resident Evil 5, which you played a bunch of, you can't move and shoot. That adds the anxiety. You got to stand still while you aim. And if you're getting swarmed by dudes, that means you got to make the decision. All right, am I going to cut and run? Am I going to run back? Do I get my spacing properly? If you can move and shoot and you can parry everything, where's the horror coming from?
Yeah, for real. Like, they don't understand the nuances of these games because they never played them.
Exactly. But they have the gall to say the new ones are better without taking any fucking inkling to think about the actual game design.
Yeah, no, it's like I keep saying, I'm tired. I'm very tired. I see Hypno has chosen violence today.
I'm sure he has. Me and Hypno and Sevi streamed the Game Awards together. You can ask them both. I actually almost rage quit the stream for the Game Awards, the Summer Game Fest stream, because it opened with this. And then I gripped my pillow and I bit down tight and I bent over and let them continue to shove the dildo up my asshole while I suffered through the rest of the fucking showcase, which we're going to go over some highlights and some absolute fucking lowlights. But I needed to crash out on the Resident Evil stuff specifically because it pained me. It broke me to see that I knew eventually this day would come, but I still wasn't prepared for it.